One of the biggest questions that I get as an automated trader is, hey, can I run trading bots on my prop firm account? So I did my due diligence. I built out a couple back tests for prop firm accounts, and you have to watch this if you're interested in running trading bots for prop firm accounts. First off, you see there's a ton of prop firm accounts. You got FTMO, you got Top Step, you got Hydro Trader, Velo Trade, Breakout. All of these I've been researching to figure out which ones you can run bots on. And you can see there's two that you can actually run bots on because you needed something called an API. So out of every prop firm I looked into, two allow you to actually have their API. The first one is Proper, PROPR. This is a crypto-based one. It's based on a Hyperliquid, and it gives you probably the best API that I've seen so far. Top Step is the number two. You do have to pay $29 per month for their API, and there are a couple caveats there. So the first one is you can't use a VPS. My name is Moondav. I've helped thousands of people automate their trading, even if they've never coded a day in their life. And one of these steps that I teach is, hey, after you find something that works, well, let's go ahead and put it on a VPS so you can close your computer. So based off of all of these that I've looked into, my funded futures, Apex, these are the top two that you can actually build trading bots for, but one of them has a caveat. You have to run it from your computer at all times. That's Top Step. So that's like the first step of this. But if you stick around for this whole thing, I'll give you a bunch of code. There's some huge caveats that you must know about if you're going to automate your trading on a prop firm. So the interesting thing about prop firms is you have to pass the evaluation, right? So at the end of the day, you can't lose more than, say, 6%, okay? So I had a back test that I tested, and I'll show you all the code for this. It actually lost 9%, but it passed a prop firm test because it lost 9% outside of that window. So that's the interesting thing about this is you do have to pass the evaluation. You do have to make sure you don't hit an X number of drawdown. And it kind of depends because some bots will hit a 9% drawdown, but maybe not in that period. So you can see here, this is an example of that. And I'll show you all the code here at the end. Now, like I mentioned before, one of the most interesting prop firms I found is built on top of Hyperliquid. I built a lot of my bots for Hyperliquid. I have the Moondav API that's connected to my own node on Hyperliquid because when you do start scaling bots, you are going to run into multiple API issues if you're running multiple bots. So I went ahead and built my own API for this. It's the same Hyperliquid book for Proper, which is nice. And what I came to, the reason people use prop firms, because I've never been able to understand, like, why would you not just trade directly on Hyperliquid? And it's really because if you don't have $5,000 to trade, well, you can get $5,000 for like $60 on Proper. You get that effective size at least. Now, this isn't like a shill for Proper. I haven't used them yet. I was doing back tests. There is a huge downside to this. As you can see, if you're trading directly on Hyperliquid with your own capital, you're paying 0.015% fee. But if you go ahead and use a prop firm like Proper, you're paying 0.075% fee. That is tremendously bigger, and that can kill so many edges. I have so many back tests that it absolutely killed, but I do have some that actually did well here.